The morning had been wet. He took no notice of the weather and spent his time in the library. Meanwhile, Anne did what few women in Bath of her own age and circumstances could do. She rose early and went for a walk by herself. She wanted fresh air and solitude, for she could not yet brush away lingering feelings of uncertainty. Her thoughts soon turned to Captain Wentworth. His letter had been surprising, expressing feelings she hadn't dared hope for since that fateful decision years ago. Yet here it was, a confession, a plea, something that had reignited dormant emotions she thought buried with time. She could not deny how it had stirred something in her heart, how she longed to believe in its sincerity and hope once more. As she walked along the quiet streets, the rain began to lessen, and could see the familiar landscape of the city transitioning into a soft light. The trees, the architecture, the bustling people, it seemed almost atmospheric, transformed by the drizzle into a surreal painting of hectic tranquility. She paused to consider the place where she now stood in her life. Could she allow herself to hope again? It was not just a question of sentimentality, but a matter of common sense. Her family, her responsibilities, her place in society, these things mattered, but her happiness had its own weight. Her thoughts drifted back to the days when she and Wentworth were young, and their hearts light with the promise of the future. They had been young and foolish in the way only youth allowed, grasping for dreams that seemed so easy to claim. Yet she had chosen differently under advice she had once respected, and had spent years wondering what if. As thoughts tumbled in a mixture of doubt and lingering affection, and felt a presence beside her. It was Wentworth. His appearance so sudden, yet expected, her heart raced in surprise and recognition. And, he said, his voice steady yet with an undertone of emotion she could hardly ignore. "Captain Wentworth," she replied, unable to keep the warmth out of her voice. There was a pause, heavy with unspoken words, with the history between them that might finally be rewritten. "I was hoping to find you," he admitted, searching her eyes for a sign, any sign, that she might reciprocate the feelings his letter had bared. "May I accompany you, both now and," his voice faltered slightly, "in the future?" And looked into his eyes, trying to read his soul. He appeared sincere, hopeful, and her heart, fragile as it was with past disappointments, longed to be whole again. "Wentworth," she began, her tone soft and thoughtful, "your letter, it was more than I ever hoped for." They continued to walk, their steps slow and careful as they explored not just the streets of Bath, but the potential of a shared future. The rain had stopped completely now, leaving the world fresh and bright, a perfect backdrop for a new beginning.